Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, or one might say the hot wings of this video, we're going to go over the basic SQL commands that this video covers in less than 1 minute to give you a refresher. If you appreciate that, hit the subscribe and like button. Here are those command semantics as a refresher and an introduction for you. Select columns. So this is selecting all the columns from the table. This is from the employees table. Where, this filters the data further. Where all the information in the office column is like, this could also be equals, like office equals south, so anything that's from the south office, but in this instance it's like. So where anything in the office column is like, and then here's a selector. South % means any string that begins with south. There you have it, less than 1 minute, those command semantics for you. And with the next 30 seconds, we're going to go further into those powerful selectors here. The % with, so this would be any string that begins with A. This is any 2-character string that begins with A. This is any 3-character string that begins with A. This here is any string, you guessed it, that ends with A. Then we've got any 2-character string that ends with A. This is any string that has A in it anywhere except the first or last position. And then here we have a 3-character string with A in the second position. The combination of these things here are very powerful filters to use with your where selector. Where office is like this, whatever string you're looking for. And then here, a little bonus. Here we've got south-109. So the particular office south-109, where our data in the office column equals south-109. There you have it. If you appreciate that, at least like the video. I've helped you out. That helps me out. Or you can subscribe. Now, the rest of the video. This video goes over SQL basics, either introducing you or refreshing you on those basics. The purpose of this video is to show employers that I have the skills that I claim to have. Generally, we would just go right into Linux, and I would type these commands in, and we would be seeing the outputs as I type in the commands. This task report comes from a lab. In that lab environment, all of this data was stored in that particular lab environment's Linux system. I don't have access to that lab environment in such a way to where I can make a recording and put it up online, so we'll go over the task report, and it shows the same thing. Data collection using SQL. Here's our task description. So SQL is powerful in that it can sift through large amounts of data. That's where it shines. That's organized into tables. And it can output very specific columns and tables, giving you just the data that you want and even in the order that you want. First, we're going to discover the machines in your organization and their operating systems. Then we're going to list only the machines that utilize the OS2 operating system. 3, we're going to obtain the office numbers of all the employees in the finance and sales departments. 4, we're going to use the up arrow for efficiency. And 5, filtering outputs using particular buildings. And 6, we're going to learn the like and % indicators. Here's our first task. Find each machine in your organization and the operating system each machine uses. So this is the command in this particular environment that would output that, one of the ways to output that. So select gives us the columns. So we're going to select what columns? The device ID and operating system columns. From gives us the table. So from the machines table, we want the device ID and operating system columns. and this is the output here. Here's our device ID, and here are our operating systems. Next, we're going to list only the machines that utilize the OS2 operating system. So can you guess what it would look like? What that command would look like? First, we start with select. Select what columns? The device ID columns and the operating system columns from machines, from the machines table. So from the machines table, we're selecting the device ID and operating system columns. And here we introduce this command where the operating system is OS2. Okay, so what is this command semantics? This input will return the columns device ID and operating system from the machines table, filtering out all results besides those where the OS2 operating system is listed using the where input. And that gives us this output here. These are our device IDs, and these are our operating systems. Operating system 2. That's just an excerpt of the output. Here are some various where filters. You can pause the video here and copy this down. These are very powerful command semantics here. Next task, obtain the office numbers of all the employees in the finance and sales departments. This information will be used to improve the company's security culture by posting a notice about how honorable it is to handle financial information in a confidential way. Yeah, getting drunk and showing off to the girl next to you that's very pretty is not an honorable way of handling financial information if you share some bit of financial information with her to show off. So if we want to obtain the office numbers of all employees in the finance and sales departments, because we know there's about to be a party in a bar, and there's going to be strange people there as well, this is how we would do it. Command semantics. Select all columns, wildcard all, from the employees. Yep, from the employees table, where the department equals finance, in quotations. And here's our output. We've got all of our columns from our employees table where the department equals finance. All right, this next task is the same as the previous step, but instead of outputting the employees in the finance department, discover the employees that are in the sales department. So this is not going to be much different. Select all columns from the employees table where the department equals sales. And what is our output there? Well, it's going to look exactly the same as this, but it's under department instead of finance, it's going to be sales, and then we're going to have different. All this other stuff's going to be different as a result. Okay, next. Because there is an IT issue in the south building, it's our responsibility to take care of that issue. There's an IT issue in the south building. We will discover information concerning the south building. So select the column office from the table employees where the office equals South 109. The office column from the employees table will be queried, where only the employees whose office is in the building South 109 will be output. And there's just one employee here, Jay Lansky, South 109. Next. All the machines in the south building are experiencing IT issues, so we will discover all of the employees and their machines in the south building. Here's our command. Select all columns from the employees table where office is like south with a percentage sign after the south. Remember that percentage sign means any character connected to south, any string of characters this basically means any string of characters that begins with south. So now we've got south 153, south 127, south 366, and so on. We've got all our columns from the employees table, like south. This query will return all the columns in the employees from employees table where the information listed in the office column is a string that begins with south. The south % input returns all inputs with any string following the south input. This would also work with the % indicator coming prior to the south input if, for instance, buildings were named as follows: 1__ south. So there you have it. There's a quick refresher for you, or an introduction to some of these powerful tools. We improved our organization's security posture by discovering all the employees in the finance department so a team member could deliver them a memo hotter than hot wings concerning confidentiality, even if you've had a few too many to drink. We discovered all the machines in the South building which were having IT issues. We learned how to use the where and equals commands, as well as the like and % selectors. We also learned the handy up arrow trick to recall previous queries. We did not go over that. I'll quick go over that now. You probably know this, but if you're in Linux and in your command line, you just press the up arrow, it will begin to filter through your previous commands. All right, that's that. Have a great day. Harden your security posture today. Hack with love. Do good, not hate. Ethical hacking, not hateful hacking. God bless the work of your hands.